Third phase of moon, taking your calls live right now. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. We're standing by. We want to hear your story, your close encounters with extraterrestrials. Just this past week on Third Phase of Moon, we put up a few videos. A lot of it was just last week's radio show, testimony from people like you, the public, that call in, that want to share for the first time, in some cases, their close encounters. And some of them were quite enlightening. We found out what it was like to be aboard a ship. Adam explains in incredible detail his encounters with aliens and procedures done on him while aboard the ship. And this has been happening to him for years now. Also, what went down in Chicago, O'Hare Airport, years ago, it made the main media. The news picked up on it. Unlike what they do now, they really don't report on UFO sightings. Trust me, right here at Third Phase of Moon, we've tried to share what's been shared over here, trying to get the mainstream to wake up. And trust me, it's not easy, people. It's not easy to get the word out. And the main media is just laughing it off, just like Obama and Jimmy Kimmel, laughing it off, saying that he can't tell us what's going on. Let's get to the phone calls. Everybody, thanks for waiting. Again, the number to call in is 347-934-0378. We want to hear your stories. Last week, again, when people want to give us these details, and sometimes there's no video proof, we're going to try and reenact some of these scenes along with people's testimonies as best as we possibly can. Area code 760. Thanks for waiting. You're live. Third Phase of Moon. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from? 706.
I would like to be anonymous.
All right. Could you tell us where you're calling from?
Georgia, but right now, today, I don't have any stories, but I usually do, but not tonight. I'm just here to listen today.
So you're going to save your story for another time?
I don't have any this time.
All right. Maybe later in the show, if you hear some of the other people's testimonies, you might want to share it. You know, there's no time like the present. People are tuning in and sharing it right now, is sharing it with the world. Area code 440. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon.
Hello, is this me?
Yeah, this is you. 440, you're live. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hi. My name is Josh, and last week on your show, the day after your show, actually, when I wasn't at home, my parents got 2 pictures of a flying saucer thing up above our house. I have 2 pictures of it, but it wouldn't let me send it to you on email. It kept saying it wouldn't send.
Gotcha. Well, why don't you upload those pictures to your YouTube channel? Say, Third Phase of Moon photos I want to share. And you can make a slideshow of all your UFO photos, and if anybody has a video, go ahead and say, Third Phase of Moon video I want to share. And then we'll be looking for those, and we'll be making contact with people that shot these things. Let's go to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I'll get you a speakerphone. Hello?
Hey, Elizabeth.
Blake?
Yeah, you're live right now. Hey. So,
great.
You know, last week we put up this radio show with some of the visuals of recreations of what people's experiences are like aboard, you know, flying saucer, UFO. I know you've had many encounters. You send me photos, you know, for the past 2 years, I think, probably more than 100. And
yep,
there's something going on in your backyard. You've had people experience things while you're there. Have you been aboard a ship, Elizabeth? Or
I'm sure I've been taken. I don't remember my dreams anyway. I work till 3:00 in the morning, so I don't remember my dreams. I have marks. I have bruises sometimes, like in the middle of my back, that are, not normal from anything. It's like I live in a portal or something. I've had a lot of people here who've experienced lots of things, seen lots of things, have recordings of things. I don't want to be public about a lot of it because all I do is get criticized. But I think disclosure is coming soon, from what I've been told. They're definitely here every night. I just took some pictures a few minutes ago. I do it every night. I take a picture or two, and I get what I get. And you've seen my pictures. I mean, you can believe them or not. That's up to people. But I know what goes on in my backyard, and I know how my animals react when there's things here. They bark for no reason, or they're jumping backwards for no reason in the backyard.
Yeah, Elizabeth, you're coming in a little bit broken up, maybe some frequency issue here. Let's get to a next caller. Hold it on. Area code 309, you're live third phase moon.
To me?
Yep.
Hello.
Hello. You're live
Hello.
third phase.
Well, I was confused at the time when I was doing this. Well, I was really confused. Now, I just don't remember this. I was very confused when I woke up because I wasn't in bed. I actually was in the middle of the street walking. I know it sounds kind of confusing, but I was. I found out the dogs were barking at me. At the time, I realized that I had no control of myself. All I could move were my eyes. It was kind of weird. Because, oh no.
Wow. I hope everything worked out for you. Third phase moon, be right back.
Third phase, the moon.
Praise the Moon back live on air. Taking your calls from around the world. Let's get to it. Area code 619. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake. Kelly out of San Diego. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, Kelly. How you doing, man?
Oh, not bad. Just got back from vacation. Me and the wife went up and back to Utah to see some family members. And I don't know if you remember a friend of mine that I talked about that she said that at one time she was, actually a few times, she was abducted, and she had, like, all of her eggs. She was telling me that, all of her female eggs were taken from her, and she was left with, like, an alien implant that was, like, above her pelvic bone. It was, like, she said it was about the size of a quarter-inch round, and she could also, like, move it around and bend it. Well, anyway, I had talked to her when I was there, when I visited her, and I was asking her some questions.
Is there a scratching going on, Kelly? Can you help fix that? Or go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Probably me just laying down, but yeah, I had talked to her anyway, and I asked her to see if she could, would like to call up, and I think maybe she might be listening tonight, but she said she wanted to get her nerve up. But some of the questions I was asking her about is what happened to her, and anyway, she proceeded to tell me that, like, I asked her what they look like, and some of the questions that you might be asking. She told me they were like not the gray, but the tall whites. They were real tall, slender looking. The round, big round head, eyes, and stuff like that. I asked her what the room she looked like when she was aboard this craft or whatever, or where she was at. She said it was a white room, just like she was laying on a table. She remembers that. She also told me that, through telepathy, that's how they communicated. And she could tell which ones were male and female. I guess it was females in there as well, because the females was talking to her, she was kind of freaking out and told her, just calm down and everything was going to be all right. But anyway,
Kelly, do you have this woman's phone number that you could give her a call and tell her we're live on the radio now?
I do have
tell her,
a
hey,
phone.
Let me give her.
Yeah, I'll give her a text. But I may just finish the story real quick. But this was kind of crazy because last night we were talking, and when I was there in Utah this weekend, I was asking her to take a picture of that thing, maybe, because she could see it through her skin, and she said it was blue and white. But when I asked her when I was there, I asked her to take a picture of it, if I could see it. Well, the other day, last night when we were talking, she said she was going to send me a picture, but the odd thing is that it's gone now. She said all she sees now is a white scar. And I asked her when it was, last time, she's had it for most of her life. But what's crazy about it is that after I asked her to take a picture of it so I could see it, that night she said it was gone. So it might have happened, and I asked her, did she remember if she was, revisited or anything, and she said she remembers the room again. But that, she's a little bit older than I am, so, it's pretty crazy. She said she was kind of freaked out about it, that thing was missing.
And is it within 24 hours of you wanting to get some photographic evidence of it?
Correct. Like I said, because I went up there back to Utah for about a couple of weeks, but it was probably, I would say about a week ago when I left, since I've been back. So it was probably the weekend. It was like last Friday, not this Friday, but last Friday when I was up at my brother's house. And she said, she was gonna send me a picture, but again, so she sent me the pic where you could see it through, like, she got a mark. You can see where it was round, you could see like the scar tissue that's right there on it. I'll have to send you that photo of it, but yeah, it was kind of looked like it was, like the scar tissue was there for a while, but you could see the roundness of it on the skin and like a light white mark, like a scar where it left her, where it, they left when they took that device out of her.
Yeah, I'm just recalling our Alien Human project that we worked with help from Dr. Jandy Elias and his connection with Dr. Roger Lear, and he removed 17 alien implants in his lifetime, but have still yet to be explained what they are. they're extraterrestrial in origin, and some of them have technology in them. Nanotubes, they give off radio waves, transmitting device, possibly. Does she speak anything in these regards?
See, and that's the thing. No, and I would hope she'd call tonight. And I know her daughter is probably listening because I was just on our Facebook and I let them know that it was that the show's on right now. But I don't think she's. I didn't really ask her that question either about the if it was sending radio waves, because I've seen stuff like that too. They send frequencies, or some of the I've seen one where it was the doctor that was, he just passed away. I can't remember his name. I know you would know it, but yeah, that guy.
Dr. Roger Lear.
Yeah, Roger. Is it Roger Lear?
Yep, yeah, Dr. Roger Lear. Correct.
Yeah. So I've seen some of his stuff where it's magnetic, but some of the stuff I've seen were, they're kind of odd shaped looking. Maybe it kind of looked like a rock, or but it was made of metal. But with hers, it was round. It's kind of weird. So it was round shape. She said it was blue and white. You could see it through her skin. She would tell me one time that she could tell me what color it was. I was like, how do you know that? But now it's pretty crazy. But this one was round. It's blue and white. So the species she's seen was it wasn't any of the grays. It was like the tall whites that some people would say they've seen. The room, she said, it was just white room. There was a few people. There was a few type creatures that were there as well. So. Yeah, you know what, Blake? Let me get off right now, and I'll call you back. But I'll give her a text to see if she'll be able to want to talk.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, we're standing by. Can you give her a text while we're live on air right now?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. I'll try that right now. You can go ahead and do another caller, but I'll let you know.
All right. Hey, we're standing by right now. Yeah, go ahead. See if you could get in touch with your contact over there. I know Brett helped me with the Alien Human Project Part 1 and 2, and if nobody's ever seen it before, it's an amazing documentary. 2 full-length documentary features behind the scenes of what it looks like to have an alien implant pulled out of a body. X-ray cameras are capturing the whole imagery. You have in-depth interviews with Dr. Roger Lear. You even get to speak and hear and listen testimony from people that have had their alien implants removed. I know some of these people's experiences go as far as to say is once they are removed is that they kind of feel sad, that they kind of had a relationship with this alien implant. Brent, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime project to work on with the late Roger Leary. What a great man and explorer and breaking ground in new technology, basically exposing real elements from otherworldly places. What he's finding, the material scientists are finding in these implants, there's elements of something that's not even from Earth. So what are these out of worldly materials? We don't know yet. What's the alien technology behind it? Hey, that's a big question. And, it's just really exciting, cutting-edge documentary. I suggest everybody, if they haven't seen the Alien Human Project, definitely go to YouTube right after this radio show and check it out. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think about it.
Absolutely. Everybody, we're going to be waiting by. Hopefully Kelly could get this abductee online here. We've been waiting for a few weeks now to try and get some insight and basically some testimony from firsthand accounts of what it's like to be abducted by aliens. We'll be right back, Third Phase of Moon.
Third Phase of Moon.
Third Phase of Moon. Third Phase of Moon.
Third Phase of Moon's back right now, trying to get logistics going with people that want to share their stories to the world right now. Let's see if Kelly's back right here all the way from San Diego, trying to get an abductee that might share an experience for the first time. Kelly?
Yeah, hey Blake. Yeah, I text messenger. I didn't get anything back yet, but I was just kind of going through the text messages that we were talking to last night.
All right. Well, let's. I have some callers in. Let's see if maybe it's the caller or maybe it's not. Let's give it a shot. Area code 786. You're live right now, Third Phase of Moon. You got something you want to share? Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
786 is me right now. Hello?
You're 786, right?
Yeah, 786.
That's right, man. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
What's up, man? My name is Gio.
Nothing much. Taking calls. Wanted to hear a good UFO from people that have had them.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna talk about it, but I guess it was more me just sharing a point of view, rather than an actual like UFO encounter story. I'm a little nervous too, like being on the shot. Hello?
Yeah, go for it. What point of view are you talking about?
All right. So, I guess I'm like where I left off with this in my research and my like just looking around. You know, I guess I'm kind of like trying to like put the term alien, you know, and try to date it back, see how far like, you know, that word went back, and you know, thinking the correlation and relation between the word alien and like demon or jinn, as it's said in the Quran, you know, like one of the more recent like religious scriptures, and trying to, you know, correlate and see what kind of knowledge I can bring in towards that, to see what your guys' point of view is on that, and the correlation between what we call aliens and what that could have been a long time ago, and people calling them demons or jinn, or what they're calling in the Bible angels, or, you know, so on and so forth.
Well, you know, fair enough. You know, there's this man. In the beginning, we said, hey, you might want to check this guy out, Robert Bingham. He's the man that summons UFOs. Next thing you know, there's people saying that he's summoning demons now. And then the man that summons UFOs, Robert, says, no, they're angels. So this debate's been going on for thousands of years. Back in the day, I'm sure a lot of extraterrestrial encounters, sightings, were attributed to demons. And they really didn't have probably the vocabulary of, unidentified flying object. What's that metal? What is that metal, this technology? There's really nothing that they could compare it to back at the time. So then they simply say, it's a demon. And some people really think if you're going to summon UFOs that you might be conjuring them up, and it might not be a good idea. This CE5 contact, close encounters of the fifth kind, trying to make contact with aliens telepathically. It has nothing to do with demonism or Satan. If you're lucky enough to have a UFO encounter and have telepathic communication with aliens.
He's telling me to say this right now. He's writing on his phone. He's like, tell him we're gonna summon a UFO tonight during the blood moon. He's telling me.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Hey, man, thanks for your review.
All right, man. Just no problem.
Hey, take it easy. Hey, let's get to another caller. I think we got a long-distance caller, area code 775.
Oh, yeah.
You're live, third. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Welcome.
me. It's Shannon.
Hey, Shannon, how's it going?
I'm doing okay. Hey, this is Shannon Panzo. I teach a lot of things, and I teach people how to deal with a lot of different circumstances in their world, whatever they encounter. And they can take this from the very mundane to the very ecclesiastical if you want. And it really is not determined by the types of things. It depends upon the person themselves as to which way they want to take it. But The experience I wanted to share with you today is a little bit more on the mundane, but it'll kind of give you some grasp of something that you can do here that may be a little bit shy of talking to aliens, but maybe not. See, we have aliens all around us. We have these things called animals, and it's amazing of some of the things that you can do with your surroundings and such, and just listening to your inner voice and being guided by that in order to do certain things. Now, I had an encounter one time with a snake. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this snake. I'm actually over in Australia, and the snake is this type of snake is called the eastern brown snake. Now, most of your listeners have probably never heard of that, and they probably think, well, eastern brown snake, that doesn't sound too exciting. But it is the second most deadliest snake in all the world. The first most deadliest snake in the world is also located here in Australia, but I didn't have the encounter with that. I had the encounter with the brown snake. And basically, here's this, I'm just walking through the back part of my lawn, and here's this snake that decided to get up and move around. And basically, I had sandals on, so plenty of room for the snake to just bite my foot if it wanted to. I'd be off to the hospital in no time. But basically, I just calm myself right down. Techniques that I teach for dealing with things. No fear involved. And because there's no fear, the snake cannot sense fear because it will detect the pheromones of fear. And basically just slithered right across my foot and then moved off. And then I went about my business. And I really wasn't too fussed about it, but then after the fact, I thought, hey, this is quite a circumstance of what I can do on a regular basis. So these are everyday occurrences that you can take and change them from something that could drastically change your day into an emergency situation into something that is pretty blasé and get on with your day type of circumstance. Now, the reason why I'm telling you about this is because when I first came to Australia, I was like most Americans coming to Australia. I thought, this is the land of critters that bite you, paralyze you, and kill you. And essentially it is. But what I did is I went to my local library here, and I picked up a couple books. The books I picked up were on the venomous snakes of Australia and also the venomous spiders of Australia, two of which are very common. And I mentally photographed these books. In about 10 minutes, I had all the information I needed to reduce my fear from a 9 or a 10, which is literally paralyzing fear, down to about a 1 or 2, which is basically having the knowledge and respect to understand what's actually happening with these little critters running around. And likewise, whenever you're dealing with any form of knowledge, especially, for instance, like UFO knowledge or alien knowledge, there's all types of knowledge that are out there. Some are perfectly valid forms of knowledge. Other pieces of knowledge out there aren't valid at all. You need to find out what the truth is. And this same technique can be used to basically as your own truth teller, if you will. And it tells you what the truth is and what the truth isn't. And it allows you to start relying on what the truth really is. And so you can see your way clear to moving in the circles you need to move in. But anyhow, I figured I'd share that little circumstance with you so that you can kind of see how you can use that in your everyday life as to turning potential emergency circumstances into something that is rather a dull day.
Hey, Shannon. It's funny you mentioned that because I was sharing an experience just today hitting some golf balls on the golf course for the fun of it. And
as you do on the golf course, you tell stories. So one of the stories is going back and where I had a close encounter with a pet bull on a lonely, dark street, ran up to me, and then it froze and was about to do the charge. And the first thing you want to do is run as fast as you can, but you know this dog's going to get you. So yeah, this calm technique worked for me by slowly crouching down as if I was going to pick something up to defend myself or throw something at him. It caught it. It caught something was going down. This guy's not panicking, and then it ran, thank God. And a few times while we're while in Hawaii, we've done a lot of surfing throughout our lives. My brother and I have had a lot of shark encounters. Thank God no contact was made. But the thing is, you stand your ground, and you could see the fin coming at you, and then you just basically go after it, the shark, and start splashing water at it. They're not used to something that's not afraid. So yeah, that's a.
Well, whenever they're at the top of their food chain, and you come at it aggressively, it would be a shock to them.
You know, I think it's a good thing to have that kind of split-second thinking when you come down in your life once in a while, and in these split-second thoughts of what are you going to do. The best thing to do is probably, like you just said, remain calm and be over that fear factor. But let me tell you, you could have accidentally stepped on that snake, like I've accidentally stepped on some big centipedes over here and got bit pretty bad.
Well, if you step on a snake, well, the chances, if you are putting pressure on the snake will defend itself no matter what size you are. You could be an elephant. And by the way, these things actually have, the venom is so deadly in these things that a single bite can kill a couple elephants. So, and I think a single bite can kill about probably about 20 men, somewhere around there. So it's quite potent.
Hey, Shannon, appreciate that.
I got a phone going off in the background. I'm going to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. All the way from Australia, sharing his close encounter with a snake. I think Jesus has had that same encounter once in his life as well. Let's see if Kelly's here, if we have any luck with the caller. We have a few minutes left. Kelly?
Hey, Blake, I guess not. The area code, if you would have been looking for it, probably be like 801, but she didn't reply back to me or nothing. But
how about you, Kelly? Any close encounters with any snakes or wild dogs that you had to deal with?
Yeah, I've had a couple encounters with some of that stuff, and I was kind of wondering, like, what type of technique this guy was kind of talking about, because it seems to me like, is it like dealing with animals, like on a spiritual level or something? But you know, I believe in a lot of that stuff as well, because if you really kind of like look back in the texts of like all the religious books, they talk about us humans. We were supposed to, us and the animals got along, or we could communicate with each other at one time, and then. If you go through the Bible story, it says that, I guess that God made it to where the animals didn't like us or, was fearful of us because, we started to eat the animals, which we never did before. We'd always be like, I guess more friends or, coexisting with each other, but. Yeah, you see that all the time with, like, different people. You see that, people think it's kind of a miracle or it's crazy. The guy who talks, they call him, like, the dog whisperer, or the guy who can walk up to those lions and just play with them, or gorillas, or you see all kinds of crazy stuff like that, where people can, it seems to me, communicate, that they know who they are. And these animals are wild animals, so, I'm pretty sure it still happens, and you see it all the time.
Absolutely, Kelly. Hey, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon.
Yeah, well, yeah, thanks, Blake and Brent. Hey, I'll try to get her to call next weekend. I'll make sure that she just says, I think, she's more or less has to build up her courage to call in. But I sent her the one where the lady talked about when the one I guess when I was on vacation. I missed that Friday, but where she talks about the alien spaceship, even that other guy, when they were up there and what they'd seen. That's what I wanted her to call in and just explain to like some of her stories of what she's talked about and what she's went through many years of her life. She's seen UFOs throughout her whole life, over and over and over. But I'll see if I can get her to call in next week. Good to talk to you guys.
Thank you, Kelly. Definitely get her in touch with Third Phase Moon, but share her story to the world right here. Everybody, it's been a great show. Be safe if you come across any snakes, dogs, sharks, even UFOs. You guys will know what to do next time. Stay calm. Get your camera, shoot it, share it to the world, share it with Third Phase of Moon. Happy Easter, everybody. Keep your eyes on the skies. Blake Cousins here. See you next time.
Third Phase